Very good evening to Afropolitans. It's 6 minutes past 6 on Kaya FM 95.9. It's time, as it is every Thursday night, for the feature we call A Song, a Book and a Dish, where we get to know someone who's well known, but get to know them a little bit better. Things about their life, the way perhaps music stirs up memories, books inspire, and meals spark memories of time spent with family and friends. My guest tonight is former Constitutional Court Justice Edwin Cameron. Looking forward to your calls on 086 0000 959 36959 if you want to send us a text message. Follow me on Twitter at John Perlman, or you can go to the Today with John Perlman Facebook page and post your comments there. Justice Edwin Cameron, welcome and thanks for giving us your time tonight on Kaya.
It's a real pleasure to be with you, John. Thank you.
So I've got your most recent book, Justice, a Personal Account, unless you've written one in the meanwhile that I don't know about. But there's a sentence that really caught my eye, a short one, right at the beginning. It says, "The law offered me a chance to remedy and repair my life." What needed remedy and repair?
Well, John, I grew up poor, but white.
Yes.
And my whiteness was my escape from my poorness. And my father, I start that chapter that you referred to, saying that my first encounter with the law was when I saw my father between two prison guards at my elder sister's funeral. And he was in Sonderwater, a prison that I recently visited as inspecting judge of prisons for car theft. So poverty, a dysfunctional family, a father who's in jail, parents who can't cope. The law offered me a way out, together, of course, with a lot of privilege. Whites only Pretoria Boys Eye, whites only Stellenbosch, and that was my way out.
You could have chosen something else, and indeed you went to Oxford and nearly studied Latin and ancient Greek, or ancient Latin and even more ancient Greek. But the law had been nipping at your heels a lot earlier than that, and perhaps you could tell us why.
John, for a South African, a white South African who was a co-perpetrator, and I think all of us were, because we benefited from apartheid. This whole debate about apartheid's horribleness, the horribleness about apartheid was the machine-like efficiency with which it was designed to degrade people in their own country, and it was done legally.
Afropolitans, it's a song, a book and a dish on Kaya FM 95.9. Justice Edwin Cameron is my guest. We've talked about some things that were in his book, Justice, a Personal Account. He also wrote a book called Witness to AIDS. Diagnosed as a young man and at an important time in your life as HIV positive at a time when there was no clear indication of a medical answer, no clear one on the horizon. You describe very vividly the terror of that, and a number of years later, the terror of falling ill. Is that still with you? Has that shaped the way you live your life?
It is, John. It's 22 years since I started on ARVs, and every day that I wake up, I think there are people who are too scared to be diagnosed, they're too scared to talk about it, they're too scared to go onto ARVs. So that terror that I experienced, and that still hasn't entirely left me, is being experienced in our country today. So I'm not talking about my own personal history, I'm talking about our present as a country. But yes, I did the Cape cycle race, the 109-kilometer race around the mountain on Sunday. And it's an exuberant feeling. I feel an intense sense of gratitude that I'm alive, that I'm able to talk about being gay, able to talk about living with HIV, about stigma, about surviving AIDS, and able to ride a bicycle. It's a great gift, John, this gift of life and consciousness and energy.
In the many things you write about living with HIV, and becoming ill, is you talk about engaging with clients, be they members of the mine workers union who came to you as a group, or individuals who came to you with a particular issue. And you said, and the words were that you wanted to be respectful of what they were feeling by not talking about how you felt. Do you look back on that with any difference and think there might have been an empathy bridge that was worth building, or would you do the same thing again?
John, I think I would as a lawyer, because my task was not to express my own feelings and fears and share them with these women from the members of the National Union of Mine Workers, which Cyril Ramaphosa at that time was leading, of course. That was not my job. My job was to be dispassionate, disinterested, and give them advice and to formulate a good AIDS policy. But of course, the question you're asking is this: beneath that, I was too damn scared.